Have you ever felt like something huge is about to happen in your life, but you just can't explain it? It's like an unshakable feeling deep inside you. You don't know how, you don't know when, but you just know something big is coming. But then life starts getting harder. Suddenly, nothing makes sense anymore. The people you thought would be there for you, they start disappearing. The plans you were so sure about, they start falling apart. And worst of all, you start questioning everything. Does this sound familiar? Now, what if I told you that all of this isn't just random? What if I told you that Allah is preparing you for something incredible? But before He gives it to you, He sends clear signs. The problem is that most people miss these signs, and when you miss the signs, you risk missing the blessing. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the undeniable signs that Allah is about to bless you with something extraordinary. By the time you finish watching, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to prepare for it. But before we begin, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like, right before a major breakthrough, everything in your life starts falling apart? Maybe you lost a job. Maybe your closest friends distanced themselves. Maybe you started questioning yourself in ways you never have before. Drop a yes in the comments if you've ever gone through something like this. I want to see how many of you are experiencing this right now. And if you're still watching, that's already a sign that this message is meant for you. All right, let's begin. But before I reveal the first sign, I need you to do one thing. Take a deep breath, because what you're about to hear might change the way you see everything. Now, let's talk about something no one likes to hear. Before Allah grants you something extraordinary, He will test you. This is not just a theory, it's a pattern we see throughout history. Think about the greatest prophets: Adam, Ibrahim, Musa, Isa, and Muhammad, peace be upon them all. Every single one of them faced immense trials before their greatest victories. Even the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, endured years of hardship before the conquest of Makkah. He lost loved ones, was rejected by his own people, endured hunger, war, and betrayal. Yet through it all, Allah was preparing him for something greater. And now, here's where it gets personal. The first sign: life suddenly becomes harder. If your life has suddenly become more difficult than ever, don't panic. That's actually a sign. When Allah is about to give you something massive, He doesn't just hand it to you. He strengthens you first. And how does He do that? By putting you through situations that test your patience, your faith, and your ability to trust Him when nothing makes sense. This means you may start facing unexpected financial struggles, the loss of friendships or relationships, delays in your goals and dreams, or inner emotional turmoil. It's as if everything you once depended on is suddenly shaking. And that's because Allah doesn't just prepare the blessing for you, He prepares you for the blessing. But here's something most people don't realize. Most people assume that when Allah is blessing them, life will become easier. But in reality, sometimes the storm gets worse right before it ends. Think about this. When Musa, peace be upon him, led the Israelites out of Egypt, Allah split the Red Sea for them, a miracle. But before that miracle happened, what came first? Fear, doubt, and desperation. They were trapped, Pharaoh's army behind them and the sea in front of them. It looked impossible, and then Allah made a way. Now imagine if they had given up right before the sea. What if you are standing right at the edge of your own breakthrough, and all you have to do is trust Allah a little longer? The second sign: people start walking away. Have you ever noticed that? Right before something big happens in your life, people start acting weird. Friends who used to support you suddenly distance themselves. Family members who used to encourage you now question your choices. People who were once in your corner, gone. It feels like Allah is removing people from your life. And guess what? He is. Not everyone is meant to go where Allah is taking you. Some people are only part of your journey, not your destination. And when Allah removes them, it's not to hurt you. It's to protect you. Why does this happen right before a blessing? Imagine this. You're holding on to a handful of sand. You think that's all there is, but Allah is saying, let go. I have something better. Yet you refuse. You hold on. You don't want to lose what's in your hands. But here's the thing. Allah cannot give you what's next if your hands are still full of what's not meant for you. Some blessings can't enter your life until certain people exit. It's like trying to fit too many people into an elevator. Some folks have to get off before you can reach the top floor. The third sign, your plans start falling apart. You made plans. You had everything figured out. Then suddenly nothing is working. The job you thought was guaranteed, you didn't get it. The business you thought would take off, struggling. The relationship you thought was the one, over. You're left wondering, Ya Allah, what is happening? Let me tell you what's happening. Allah is redirecting you. And here's the most powerful part. Rejection is often divine protection. When something doesn't work out, it's not because Allah is depriving you. It's because He's protecting you from something you cannot see yet. What if the job you wanted would have made you miserable? What if the relationship you were chasing would have broken you? What if the delay you're frustrated about is actually Allah's way of saving you from something worse? Think about the story of Khidr and Musa, peace be upon them. When Khidr damaged the boat of the poor fisherman, Musa, peace be upon him, questioned him. But what was revealed later? If the boat had remained perfect, it would have been seized by a tyrant king. The damage wasn't a punishment, it was protection. Now, what if the things that feel like damage in your life are actually Allah's protection? Everything you are going through right now is either a test to strengthen you, a lesson to prepare you, or a redirection to something better. The worst thing you could do is give up too soon. Speaking of giving up, what if I told you that right before Allah grants you a blessing, you might feel like quitting altogether? Sounds strange, right? Well, that's exactly what we're about to uncover in the next part of this video. Stay with me, because this next part is something most people don't even recognize.